What's up, everyone? So today we're going to be automating. So how to automate an email sequence off the back of someone giving you their all-important email address. This is nice and simple that by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to do this inside MailerLite. I will also be showing you guys how to do this inside ConvertKit as well. Two recommendations of email platforms I really enjoy, which are MailerLite and ConvertKit. But let's just dive in and you can follow me step by step. You can have MailerLite up and ready. This is a very easy beginner-friendly platform for anyone who wants to set up an email automation sequence. So let's dive in. Okay, so here we are. This is the main dashboard, and this is exactly what you're going to be looking at. So then I'm using my old email platform at the minute, just because obviously this is all that kind of my personal information. So I'm just using the older one here just to show you exactly how to build an automation. Now, if you've ever heard of the whole, if you earn money while you sleep, the passive income side of things, well, this is the kind of closest thing that you can get to that kind of thing, because whether someone's, sleeping, they're driving, they're working, if there's an email automation all set up and it's all working in the back end for you, then you can make sales, yes, while you're sleeping, so to speak. But obviously that's not to say there's still work involved in that. You have to set the emails up, they need to be converting well enough, and you need to have good product. But this is a different video. This is for the automations. So how do we start? Well, first of all, when you go onto MailerLite, I will be using ConvertKit as well. They're the two email softwares I like, MailerLite and also ConvertKit. So this is just MailerLite. What we'll do is we need to go and create a subscriber group, all right? Because just going to bear in mind that you probably don't have any subscribers in a minute, so you'd need to create a subscriber group. So when you come to creating the automation side of things, they know who to segment to. If you don't have a group, then you won't be able to set up the automation. So very simple, you go to groups, okay? And then once you've got the group side of things, you then create a group. So let's go ahead and create a group. Let's call it example A. Let's just call it examples. And there we go, that's our group. All right, there's no subscribers, there's no conversion rates. Obviously, we've just set that bad boy up. Now, the next thing is very simple. We now want to create, obviously, an automation with that, but we need to create some sort of trigger off the back end. So, for instance, there's no use setting an automation up if there's no sort of trigger for someone to input their email address, because then the automation won't be activated. And that automation activated when someone gives you an email address. Without an email address, they can't activate their automation. So we need to create a landing page of some sort. So let's just very quickly create a landing page as an example. I'm just going to use this as a very quick. So we go to click create site, and once we've done that, we'll let it load, and we'll go and create ourselves a landing page. I'm going to show you how to create a really cool landing page and lead magnet, etc., in a different video. That's going to be everything about how you can do that and also how you can utilize AI. But for this purpose, let's just say this is called example 1. Okay, that's the name of our strange landing page, example 1. We let that load. And this will then take us to the next page, which is when we're going to start selecting our subscriber group, which is important. Okay, so we've called ourselves examples. So click the subscriber group and then subscriber group. Move my big ass face out of the way. Click continue. Cool. And now we're going to get that. So the really cool thing with MailerLite is you can build a landing page with AI. You can build it from scratch. You can also use the template gallery, which is pretty cool. So if you go to template gallery, you have a selection here of different kinds of templates that you can play around with, right? You've got different styles, and you can click this tab, and you've got like art, blog, business, coming soon, deals, food, whatever niche that you're in, hobbies, birthday, blogging, and you can select something that's appropriate to you and that kind of fits your brand. And you do have some creative license as well when it comes to the colors and everything else. But because they're templates, they stay within the template guidelines. So if you want to create something from scratch, you can. You just go from scratch. But because we're going to use this as an example, let's just choose a random one. Let's choose this, for instance. Black Friday sale. It's just a Black Friday has been and gone. I wonder if you guys have picked anything up for Black Friday. If you have, I'd love to know what you bought. Most people go mad for TVs and everything else. I think when you get older, it seems to be like utensils seem to be the things that you go for. But here we go. Black Friday. So again, I'm going to show you how to build a landing page and everything else in a completely different video, but you guys are here for automations. That's exactly what we're going to do. So this is the landing page. Let's say we've just created this and it looks pretty badass. I mean, happy days. That looks pretty sick. What you're then going to do is you're going to click done editing. Okay. Just like that. And it will save the landing page for you, which is good. Cool. We'll just give that a minute. So what we're going to do is the important part. We need to obviously attach some sort of trigger, like a button, for instance, because how are people going to join the email list if they're on the landing page? You need to have something like that. So for this one, we have a purchase button here. So if I move on to the right side, again, this is all dependent on what action you want to take. If you're selling a product, you can have a purchase button. But if you want to use a subscriber button, it's all dependent on what you want it for, whether it's like a join the newsletter, whether it's make a purchase. There's a few different options, and you'll use it using the tabs here. For instance, you'll click button, and then you'll get something. But for instance, we're just using this landing page example. So we click purchase. We've now opened up a different side here. And all we're going to look for now is where you want to direct people to in that respect. So if I move this out the way. Cool, we'll save that. Nice. So once you've saved your landing page, you'll get page settings and everything else. That's your unique URL. Just go ahead and save and continue for now. This is the simpleness of we're just trying to automate the any kind of people that go onto the page and they join the email list. So cool. There we are. We go ahead and it's published. Okay. So we've published the site. All done. And now to set the automation, it's very simple. We're just going to click automation. Now, again, depending on what you've done, whether it's you're getting people to buy something like products, which you can link from like Shopify and things like that, or they're just downloading a freebie to enter their email address so they can just join your awesome world. It doesn't matter when it comes to the automation side of things. You just choose your trigger, which I'll show you. So we'll go ahead and create the automation here. So create automation for your site. We'll then get to this page here. And it will look very blank and very bleak. There is not much action going on here. As you can see, right-hand side, you've got activate. We don't need to use that just yet. We also got test, which is very important. I'll tell you why in a bit. And then we've got complete a form, add a second trigger. For now, we'll just ignore add a second trigger. And for now, we're just going to click on this one. Okay, number one. So we've just created a landing page and we've created it as example one. Okay, remember, we made that amazing landing page and we called it example one. Okay, that is the trigger. So when everyone goes and buys that product, for instance, you put on that page, they will then be entered into the automation here, and in happy days, they get into the automation and into your world. So to start automating this, all you do is you go ahead, click here, and we've got a few different options and rules. Now, because they've just joined, for instance, they've just bought something, they've just entered your world, you don't want them to delay. You want to send an email immediately. So for now, ignore the words delay, ignore a condition, A to B. all you're going to focus on is to simply send an email. Okay. Send an email, very simple. You're going to add the email name. This doesn't come up when it comes into the inbox, etc. It's just for your reference only. So you can just say email one, and then subject line. You can just say, "Here's your gift," whatever you want it to be. Let's say from me, Matt, name, address. Pre-header is optional. A pre-header is simply just an extension of the subject line, like you don't want to miss this. Gotta look at my spelling, guys. To miss this. Yeah, and that's it. And then all you'll do is you'll design the email by clicking on design email. So the best thing to do in this regard is to create an email inside a Google Doc, having it already pre-written, so you can simply just copy and paste it into the rich text editor. So again, this is all dependent on your business and what you want. So for instance, if it's more of like an e-commerce brand, then something like a drag and drop editor might be the best bet. You can have more images there as opposed to a rich text editor, which is what most people who have coachings like brandings, etc. It's just plain text, which is a solid email. But depending on the niche, whether you want more aesthetics and graphics and images, then drag and drop editor might be a good idea. So rich text editor, going to click on that one, nice and easy. And this will take you to the email platform here. And again, if you've already pre-written it, you simply copy and paste the email essentially into this from a Google Doc. And then happy days, we are good. Cool. So as I said, if you've got a Google Doc up and ready and you've already got your email ready to pop in there, just simply copy and paste it. Again, because it's an example, I'll just say welcome. All right, nice and easy. Obviously, you wouldn't send that as an email. Like, what are you doing? Definitely don't just send that. And what you can do if you wanted to is you can preview and test, which is something I'd always recommend. I made a mistake once of just setting up an automation and, no one got the email. And there was a few leads, but simply because I didn't have a test email. So all you do is you'll pop an email address there, you go to send test, and it will send the email directly to that email address. And if it's landed in your inbox, you, my friend, are in the good books, because that means your automation is working and everything else. So once you've done it, you go ahead and hit done editing. And that's just now going to save your email. Cut this. Cool. And now we'll land back on the homepage. And as you can see, it's starting to look a little bit different, right? So we've got example one, which is the trigger. Okay, that's the landing page. And then we've got no delay. We've simply got send the email. All right. And that's the first email they're going to send. Now, when it comes to an automation, you generally want more emails because you want to build a few things. You want to captivate trust. You want to share your testimonials, case studies, and things like that. So people who are in similar situations as the people who've just downloaded this thing, who've just bought this thing, and you're going to say, someone else was in the same shoes as you, but look at this, they're now in a better place, or they're doing all these cool things. So you're kind of building some sense of like resonance there. It's connecting with your market, which is a good thing. You can talk about your offer and a little backstory about either your brand or who you are as well for more personal connection, authority, and credibility, which is always a good thing. And then if you've got some sort of upsell, so something you want to sell the person who's just joined, maybe it's a higher ticket price product, whether it's a program, whether it's a call, whether it's a free call, it doesn't really matter what it might be. Then what you can do is simply add an upsell. So definitely have more emails that push towards that. But yes, so we've done the first email. Now we want the second email. Here's what we do. We go ahead and click the plus sign once again, but as opposed to sending it, say the same day, because then you don't want all the emails to go out the same day. You click delay, and then you can delay it by how many days you wish. I'd recommend one 1 days are good enough, especially on the early days where people have just joined your world. You want to kind of keep them top of mind. All right. So delay once, and then happy days, you've now got delay. And then you go ahead and click this. You go ahead and send email, and then you repeat the process from step one. Name your email, doesn't matter what you call it. Add a subject line, name, pre-header, design email, and happy days. You are good to go. It's generally as simple as that when it comes to creating an automation in MailerLite. Very simple, nice and easy. Now, the mess bit is, does the email automation work? Well, that is crucial to know, because if it didn't, well, like I said, it's going to suck. So you go ahead and just test this. Now, testing is very simple. You just send it either to yourself or sort of like a friend, for instance, whoever has permission, and go ahead and pop your email address in. You will then do that, hit send, and it will land in your inbox if it is working. Do test it. It is absolutely crucial that you do. There is nothing worse than putting your hard work into something, hitting the test icon, and no emails get sent through. It just means that there's something missing and you've skipped a step. So, but if you've watched this video, you won't have skipped a step. You'd be golden, my friend. And once you've done that, you're now going to activate your email. Looks like some steps, triggers are incomplete. Let's fix that. Okay, that's not a problem. So what we've done here is we've added email 2, but we've not added an email. So that is my mistake, but this is live and I want to show you how we're cool. So we'll just delete that and we'll keep it as exit workflow. Okay, now we can find out more. Cool. So now we've basically, cool. So now we've done what we needed to do. We've added the second email. I've just deleted it for the time being, just to keep things simple so we can just have an exit flow. The exit flow is already there, so it's all good. What you do then is you activate it, activate automation. You're about to activate the automation. Once you do, any subscriber who meets the trigger criteria enter the automation. If you are happy with that, then go ahead and click activate. That is now done. You, my friend, are now a legend because this is now activated. Again, if you wanted to, you can test it. If you wanted to hit pause on something because it wasn't converting well, maybe you want to make some email changes in the process, you go back into the emails, you go ahead and hit pause, and you just go through the process again in order to make some edits and make some tweaks. So there we go.